Hello again. I am back with another Choose Your Own Adventure love reading. This one is talking about if you have met somebody new. And each pile is 3 cards. I like to kind of stick to the 3 card readings because they're just a little bit more simple, more to the point, if you will, a little easier to understand. So here's pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and we'll talk about who they are. Card number 2 we'll talk about how do they feel about you, and card number 3 we'll talk about where the relationship is headed. So if you've just met somebody, I would invite you now to use your intuition to see which reading you are drawn to. I will be pausing here, so you can pause if you if you're not drawn any specific place. Okay, I'm going to start with pile number 1. I've got my 3 cards here. I already shuffled, cleared the deck, and just going to shuffle up again to lay out these 3 cards. All right, so number 1, who are they? Number 2, how do they feel about you? And number 3, where is the relationship headed? All right, so number 1, the Emperor upside down. That is who they are. So I do read reversals with these cards. So here's the Emperor card. And in the upright position, it really talks about somebody who's quite the solid, well-rounded, grounded person. Upside down, it's a little less stable, this card. So I really feel like it's not a bad pull by any means. There's somebody, who is protective and helpful, nice. But I do feel like there's an element of, I think, blockage or opposition, or can also speak to a weaker character. But I don't feel like all the time. I feel like because the card is reversed, it could also be reversed again. So as it stands now, but does it mean people are capable of changing or having periods in life where they are a certain way? And so as it stands, the card upright is super great, super solid, super grounded. Upside down, a little bit less. So just be aware of that. It's always good to be aware. It doesn't mean they're bad by any means. Just be aware that there may be some blockage somewhere. It also can sometimes speak to indecision. So maybe if you're looking for a commitment, maybe this is not your person, or maybe it's just not your person right now. Maybe that will change. You never know. So it's quite interesting for that. All right, so next card. So the next card is, how do they feel about you? Page of Swords. This is the kid who runs with scissors. If I could pick it up, you could see. He looks very happy, although I have to kind of, I get immaturity with this card. Just intuitively speaking, I get immaturity with this card. I mean, I don't know. That's just what that says to me. I'm going to go ahead and look into the traditional sense of the card because nothing else comes to me in that sense. So this card also speaks to being inquisitive, mischievous, kind of rambunctious. So I mean, as to how they feel about you, I feel that they're intrigued by you. I feel that I feel like this is somebody with a high level of energy. I don't know. This is just the kind of what I'm getting off of this card. There's just a lot of energy, and so I feel like somebody who is going to be asking maybe a lot of questions, really wants to know about who you are, and not. This doesn't say anything bad to me at all. I did get a sense of some kind of like immaturity here, so I don't know. I'm not saying that they see you as immature at all. Just saying, perhaps it speaks back to this card. But they are somebody who, can tend to be also, can see, well, as it's speaking to how they see you, perhaps they see you as somebody who is insubordinate, or maybe doesn't, or maybe difficult to talk to. So if that does describe maybe how you are, maybe that's how this person feels about you. They want to know about you, but maybe there's some sort of blockage and you're not allowing them in for some certain reason. So yeah, that's kind of all I get on that one. So let's see where the relationship is headed. Two of Cups. Oh, wow, that's really interesting. So I feel like whatever this is kind of blockage over here that I was talking about, this will be resolved because, as you can see in this card, these two people look very together, and the Two of Cups, especially in the upright position, really is like almost like the ultimate like love card. Just under the Lovers, if you want. It's just one step under the Lovers. It's really a card that's about two people's harmonious relationship. So whatever this was over here, I feel like it's going to be resolved because the relationship is going to go somewhere in a very nice direction, very positive, kind of not stable over here, but it'll get figured out and it'll get worked out, whatever it is. So, all right, not so bad. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there for this first pile. Give you one last look at the cards. And let me know if this has resonated with you or made sense to you in any way. And I always like to know in the comments. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next pile. Thank you so much for listening to this reading. Okay, pile number 2. I am going to go ahead and shuffle this up. Okay, so number 1, who are they? Number 2, how do they feel about you? And number 3, where is the relationship headed? All right, so who are they? Let's see. Oops. Wheel of Fortune reversed. That's interesting. Upright, the Wheel of Fortune can kind of talk about responsibility for one's own fate. So this person would take responsibility for themselves. Since it's in the upside down position, it's going to be a little bit different. It talks about somebody who's kind of up and down, kind of, not super stable, kind of always moving, not stable, not super serious. But I mean, somebody who does have not stability issues so much, but I feel like it can speak to that. I especially think with the reversal that it can talk to somebody maybe not super 100% stable. Maybe they're always moving or they're changing jobs or, kind of that kind of thing. Maybe there's a little bit of a lack of balance here because, I mean, upright, the card is not super stable. It doesn't mean anything bad. It's kind of somebody who is like an all or nothing kind of person in the upright position. And then the upside down position, again, this makes me feel a little bit less stable. So like I said, it can talk about, somebody who has an abundance or, could be the happy-go-lucky person on the good and on the good side. Everybody has good and not so good. Maybe good, everybody does. We all have the two sides to our personality. So there might be some carelessness, insecurity, instability, but with that also, somebody who's adventurous and likes to take risks. So, I mean, if that's something that you're into, just know that, the reversal of this card may mean they're a little bit flighty. So, if that's not a problem for you, then okay, it's just something to look out for. The next card is how they feel about you. Oh, another reversal. So this is the 8 of Pentacles. Let's see what this card is. Right side up. Looks like she is painting all the plates. So Eight of Pentacles, let me think like intuitionally, what does this mean to me? I see creativity. I see a lot of creativity, obviously, in this card. She's painting. She's happy. But there is a reversal. So there's always that little bit of oppositeness with this. So I'm going to see what the... So upright, this card speaks to somebody who's modest, somebody who is honest, practical, fair. So I do feel like obviously this is probably part of what is being seen or felt about you. But I see, like, it's funny because this card also talks about insincerity or rashness, maybe also lack of stability as well, same as this card. So maybe it's just either this person's projecting that onto you or they don't, or maybe this is the truth of the reality. Maybe you are somebody who is this can also speak to being stuck somewhere that you don't want to be stuck. So maybe that could also be part of this, like if you're stuck maybe in a job that you don't like, or you're maybe looking to kind of change careers and you haven't quite gotten to the other side of this card yet, because as I said, the cards, actually I said that in the other one, but you know, I feel like because this card is reversed, I feel like there is underlying that the card can be upright. I just feel like sometimes maybe it's just pointing to what's going on right now. And again, this is how somebody else sees you. So maybe this is just their perception of you and maybe it's not correct. So maybe it's good to know how this person sees you. If this isn't right, then you can always change it. You can always, you know, have a discussion about it. Yeah, and I feel this person sees that maybe you're somebody who likes to take small risks. Maybe you have some, also maybe sees you as somebody who might, as again, have problems at work. But there's definitely some intrigue there on their part. So they want to know more about you. So I don't know. I just can't help but feel that this is not, they're not seeing totally who you are as a person. And I feel like this card could be flipped around the other way. So I'll just leave that with you to have a think about. And then the last card is, where is the relationship headed? King of Swords, and this is in the upright position, so I feel like that's moving into a more positive way. So if there's some like misunderstanding happening here, it should maybe be cleared up. So this kind of talks about, which it's so bizarre because these two are really unstable, but this card, not really unstable, but point more towards instability. This card is extremely stable. It talks about power, command, intelligence, you know, something very like serious and oh, maybe that's just it. Maybe it develops from something kind of unstable, or maybe two people who are not quite sure about each other, and it develops into something a little bit more serious and stable. So, yeah, that's not that's interesting. I feel like this is actually probably a really good way to end these two. I feel like there's a lot of misunderstanding going on, misconception going on here, and really in my just by my intuition, just by my feeling, but that, you know, little by little it will start to become cleared up, and then the future of the relationship is something more serious, and it just is something that will be solid, I feel like. So maybe starts out a little bit wonky, but moves into something more serious and stable. So that's pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna leave that with you. Let me know in the comments if this made sense for you. If this was your chosen reading. if this made any sense for you, for somebody that you've just met, potential romantic partner. I always like to hear what people are thinking, because it's I won't know otherwise. Anyway, so I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'm going to move on to the third reading. Okay, this is reading number 3. If this is the pile that you chose, I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle up these 3 cards. I'm going to lay them out. This is speaking to, the very first card will be who this person is that you've just met. What do they think about you? What their thoughts and feelings are about you, and then where the relationship is headed. So, all right, let's look and see. So who is this person? The Queen of Cups. So right off, I feel like this person has a lot of feminine energy around them. Somebody who is, I feel like, knows who they are. I feel like somebody who is stable. I really like the crown on the head there. I hear fabulous when I see the card. She's making some sort of drink. And she's just chilling in the chair. So the cups are all about, emotion. So I feel that this person might be maybe a little bit of a drama queen, or kind of has a bit more flair of, to that side, has a flair for drama, if you will, but not necessarily in a bad way. If this person could be more on the emotional side. The Queen of Cups tends to speak to a lot of emotion. I feel like this is somebody who is quiet, probably not super outgoing, although once you get to know them, then the emotions kind of start to fly a little bit. Somebody who is positive, sees the glass as half full. I think that's probably talking about this here. Somebody who is sentimental, somebody who enjoys talking. I feel like maybe not so much of like the going out kind of super party, party hardy kind of person. They're more interested in kind of like, quiet talks, maybe walking in the forest, or, doing something quiet, something more private, if you will. So that's that. The next one is, how do they feel about you? So this is interesting. So you have really the Queen here, and then the Knight of Pentacles here. So this is somebody who has a lot of jobs, or I don't know, he's on the Pentacles. Really talks about also I feel like this person sees you as a more practical person, which could be a great match, the Pentacles and the Cups, because this is talking more to less emotions, more emotions here, less emotions here. This is somebody who is very practical. I feel like they see you as somebody who gets the job done. You're responsible. So, all pointing to good things. The Pentacles are all about like kind of material, tangible, things, not super emotional. So this card also speaks to ambition, rewards. So somebody who works hard and is rewarded for that. So this is really like quite a nice way that this person views you. So that's really nice. They see you as somebody who is ambitious. I think I already said that. Somebody who I think I said too, has a lot of jobs on his plate, but always manages to get them done, hits the goals. So there's some really good masculine and feminine energy going on here, which is cool. But all seems to be compatible. Okay, so the last card is, where is the relationship headed? And this is the Queen of Pentacles, which is the card that actually comes next in the succession after the Knight. So that's really funny. So I really feel like there's an interesting progression here. And this talks about like high expectation, materialism, elegance. So I feel like there's quite like an opulence that comes with this card. And I feel like it can be viewed as something that will, I feel like it will work out for a while. I'm not sure that this is like super, I don't know if it's like super long term, but I do feel like it's something that will work out for a while. And I do feel like, as it's a kind of high expectations on somebody's part, not sure whose. So, but as it is, everything is in the upright position. So I do feel like there's a progression here, and that that this will go on for a little while. Somebody who appreciates all things that are elegant and tasteful. So like I said, it does speak to a lot of materialistic kind of qualities, not something that's super deep. So that's kind of why I'm thinking like maybe it will go on for a while. Somebody may have a higher expectation than somebody else, but yeah, I think in the end, it's not, I don't know, there's not a lot of longevity, just in, my opinion, by reading the cards, there's not a lot of longevity there. So, but doesn't mean it won't be nice for a while. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you, and you can let me know what you thought if you want, if this was your chosen reading. I appreciate any and all comments that I get. I usually respond to everything that comes up, and it's really interesting for me to see if there are, what's a hit, what's a miss. It's interesting for me to kind of to see that, because I usually am used to doing readings for just one person. So to do them like this is really fun and interesting, and it's nice to have a little bit of feedback if you so wish to do so. I really enjoy reading comments. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I thank you very much for being here with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.